Small video from Green 6400. Haven't done one in a minute, but this right here is a 9-foot windmill palm. And to my buddy Bananaman, that right there is what your palm tree is going to end up looking like right there, dude. And it's actually trimmed up into a Florida cut, which, you know, got the crown high, lots of wood and everything. Cut out all the fronds out of the bottom and everything. And this right here, to anybody else too, that's one of your fronds, one of your old ones. I still need to get that one out, but you know, once you get them all the way out. But if you go through and you look, you know, there's fronds in there, all little places and stuff. But once they come out and all, you know, and some people don't like a Florida cut, but we sell a lot of them trimmed in Florida cuts, and we do a lot of Florida cuts and things. It's some of the landscaping we actually did around here, and these are all things that I actually grew myself, propagated and grew. And that was in the greenhouse a while back, the purple clementine. It's actually starting to climb a little bit and grow. Pendo palm. Got a few of the Japanese maples left. We've had a few sales and everything here and all. Little 5-footer there. Bazoo bananas. Got a couple yuccas, blues, a couple greens and everything. The garden is out of freaking control right now. It's just hard to keep the weeds down and everything. Squash is pretty much done for. Tomatoes, I've got tomatoes like crazy, but the only thing is it's just so much rain here right now. We've had rain about the last 5 weeks steady, 4 to 5 days in the last 5 weeks, and it's just hard to get anything without having a lot of sun and all. A lot of the palm trees are starting to go down. Still got a couple of the bigger ones and everything. And Bananaman, these right here, these are the same thing too. This is a 6-footer, and when they're younger, the fronds, they'll be a little bit longer on them and everything. But these are all exactly the same thing you've got, and the same thing that we sell. I actually grew the one for my buddy Bananaman. If anybody's out there, go check his page. But once your palm starts growing and everything, buddy, you're gonna start getting these fibers on it, which you had a little bit of fibers on it then, and you know, you still got a little bit of fronds. Just let them go, and this trunk will just start getting bigger and bigger, and then, you know, you'll start getting a little bit taller and a little more fronds on it and everything. When the fronds start yellowing, turning you know, the brown and stuff on the ends and stuff, you want to trim those back. But as it goes, you know, you see you're gonna get thicker and thicker and everything until you get up to like this. And you can tell right here, this is the way it's going to look like when everything's not cut out of it and all. You're going to have the fronds all in there, and all you do is just kind of pull back this fur a little bit, snip it here, and go from there. What are you doing, Daisy? But these are all the same thing. I'm going to take you guys into the greenhouse, give you a little update. Oh, I got this from another guy, buddy of mine or whatever. It looks like crap right now, but top of it is I cut all these fronds off from here and everything. This right here is a Sylvester palm, and buddy of mine had it, and it was actually dying. He threw it into a ditch, and I pulled it out of the ditch and brought it home, cut all the dead stuff off of it, and look what we got. We got green coming out of it and everything, so that'll look pretty good. It's not very cold hardy or nothing, but it looks pretty good. The trunk and everything else, they get down to about 22 degrees. They'll do all right. Windmill palms, you can usually get down to about -5. They'll do good, and which makes them do good is the fiber on them and everything. Here's a bunch of the Bazoo bananas and stuff that I usually pup out from other customers and everything to make them sellable to other people who want to have that tropical look and everything. So, but here's the banana that I got for my buddy Bananaman. It was a little bit stressed and everything when it got here and all, but all in all, dude, it's alright. I mean, look at that. You got the new growth coming out the top now, so, you know, it's popped up a little bit further, and the leaves are starting to pick up now, but they were really saggy and everything. But I mean, not too bad. So like I was telling you before in a text, about another week or so, it'll be looking good. It's already perked up pretty good, just being in the greenhouse and everything. Sitting here, and I'll show you guys this right here now again. Check that out. The orange flowers in it. That's crazy. I don't know if anybody ever came up with what this is or whatever, but I haven't got a clue. But it's nice. I mean, this comes right out of this right here. Just way up here. It's about 1.5 feet. Got a couple cactuses here that were growing. A couple yuccas. Pick that grass out of there. But I don't even know if you can see from that angle. The sun's so bright in here right now. You can see a flower right there. It's starting to die off right now, but check out that. So right here is the starfish cactus. Look at that. That's my hand right there. So that kind of puts you in perspective of it. Let me pull this thing down so we can get a better look at it now. Alright, this is it sitting on the ground. Look at that. That's pretty. Now I'm going to tell you what, this thing, it's called a starfish cactus and everything. And, you know, you can pretty much see why. But I mean, that thing, when I put my hand up to it, it's wider than my hand. It's somewhere around 10 inches to a foot across from point to point. But this thing, if we had smell-o-vision instead of YouTube, it is stinky. It is like rotten flesh. And you can see on it the ants and everything, and see the white stuff in the middle. Basically, this thing puts off this funky smell, which, you know, it's kind of sickening when you think about it and all, but I like having them and selling them and propagating them just because they're unusual, and you won't find them in any nurseries or anything like that. But they're awesome plants because they're beautiful, and the bloom comes out. Once it comes out, it stays out for probably right at about a week, and then it's going to die off and shrivel away, which is the same thing that happened with this red version. The red version hangs like a bell, and I'll show you another one in a minute, but this thing comes out, puts off this funky, stinky, daggum smell. It's got these little hairs on it and everything, but basically what it does is it gets the flies to land in it, and they like put eggs in it or whatever, and I guess it feeds on that crap. But if you smell it, it is a horrible smell. Here's another one here. See it right there? Comes out like that, and I mean it'll get like, you know, as big as a baseball eventually. So that one right there is only half its size right now. And once it gets up to a baseball, then it'll get even bigger. There's an old one there, it popped off. Here's an old one here. Once they get to where they kind of shrivel up. But you can see new ones coming in. There's a new one. There's a new one. There's new ones all over the place. This one has several on it that are coming in. There's a couple of them right there hanging out the side. But here's the other versions, and it's starting to close up now. It's a red, but really can't see inside of it. Let me kind of open it up for you guys. Alright, there you go. See them white specks in there? That is the eggs from the flies, and basically what it does is it eats them. Right here's another one that's shriveling up, but these actually look really pretty whenever they hang down because they're like a bell hanging and everything. These are all the ones that I propagated. All these. Propagated all these right here. Here you got one that's getting ready to bloom. This is one of the other versions. I've got them separated because some are the burgundy ones, and then some of them are the plain ones, which these up here, you know, you can tell that's a plain one because it's got the regular blooms, and we've got blooms all over this thing. So I guess they're doing good and all. But here we have plumerias. I grew these from seed. Got 2 plumerias there. They don't look too bad. So look dead on those. These are crepe myrtles. They don't look too bad. And then Bradford pear trees. These don't look bad at all. Look at the grass there and that. Pull that out. Still got the small bazoo back here. And some other things have been blooming in here. It's right here. This is the dragon fruit. Look at that. That's crazy. It's put on that much growth right there in about a little over a week. I mean, it's some thick growth too. I mean, look at that. It's pretty freaking big, and I didn't think this thing was actually gonna live, but doesn't look too bad. So before long, I'm gonna have to start staking this thing up. And I actually did pretty good once I moved in here. My daughter knocked it off of the back porch, and once she knocked it off the back porch, I said, well, I'm gonna have to move it. So I just brought it out here and actually bring it out in the greenhouse, which right now it's about 7 o'clock. We're about 100 degrees right now, so normally it's even hotter than that. Here's the flies. See the flies all over it? Let me move on this side so you can get a better glimpse. Look at those nasty son of a guns. Like I say, if you got these things outside, they're awesome. They look pretty and everything, you know. But the flies just absolutely, they get all over it, you know, whenever it's in a closed space like this. Outside, they don't get as much exposure from the flies and stuff, but they're pretty cool. Let's see, some other little updates. Here's the Japanese maples from, you know, it's been a little bit hot in here, so some of them been kind of brown and everything. This here, I grew from seed, and actually, that is pampas grass. And I hate pampas grass, you know, and I know a lot of you probably think it looks cool, and some of you probably think it's bad. And you can feel it right there, just me rubbing my fingers up it, like, you know, you can feel how it would cut. But this right here is pampas grass. This is pink, and that's why I grew it, because it's not your normal average Joe, your grandma's pampas grass out front. It's white. This stuff is going to be pink. It's going to have like a pinkish tone to it and everything. So it's right here, Washingtonia robustos. And if any of you have been following me from the beginning when I did my videos and stuff, these are actually probably getting ready to start splitting. So they're not looking too bad at all. I've got 2, 4, 6 of them, and all 6 of them have about 3 straps. Not too bad. This is the fastest growing palm tree, and from seed you can see why. These were planted, these popped and germinated. These are windmills. These were planted the same time, and you can see where they're at. I've got one that has 2 straps, and there's another one that's coming on with its second. And I mean, they're just slow growers. So, but this is the fastest growing palm tree. So next year we should have some pretty decent looking palm trees. All these guys right here, these are these are all the I've drawn a blank there, guys, sorry about that, it's been a long week. These are the cabbage palms, or the sable palmettos. They're not as cold hardy as what the windmills are or anything, but you know, this right here, that's your seed. And I've got probably somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 of them. And you can see one right here, right there. See the bottom of it. Now what I do with that is I take and crush it on down into there. That way it can grow a little bit better, and I'll cover it up with a little more dirt. But they're doing all right. The pineapple tops, everything from about here up is all new growth, and you can kind of tell the difference. It's lighter green than everything else on it now. These are actually looking pretty good. I've got all kinds of new growth down inside and everything, so next year we ought to have some decent looking pineapple tops and everything. So, but you can see the new growth on that one. It's all light green stuff. I mean, but it's got some healthy tops, so hopefully next year we can get something or whatever. I don't know. I think my man Bananaman has already gotten a fruit on his and everything. I don't know how long it takes or whatever, but those look pretty daggum good. Palm seedlings look pretty good. Got a bunch of them, so we'll see how that turns out and all. But that's just a small update on a little small greenhouse, and haven't been doing too much in it right now. This is one of the pindo palms right here that I had live. I put these other ones in here and they started browning out, but I'm waiting because a lot of times when they brown out, that doesn't mean that they're dead. So just remember that, guys, before you go throwing your plants away. You know, even if they start browning out, baby them, because sometimes you can always bring them back. And like I say, this is one of the pindo palms, and this one's done pretty good, and those are pindos there, but they just started browning out. So I'm just waiting, you know. And always guys, wait until you find out if something's dead before you throw it out, because you never know. Things can look dead and they can pop right back. So, but just a small update from Green 6400. Let's see what's going on. And like I say, these are all the palm trees. So Bananaman, that's what you got to look forward to. The palm tree that you ended up getting was, I think that one was right at about 2-3 years old, and it was small. It was only about maybe a foot high, but keep the thing out in the sun and everything else, and this is what you're going to end up getting, because these plants right here, these are somewhere around the 5-year mark, 6-year mark. So in about, you know, 3 more years, you should have that, which it sounds crazy and everything, but when you get to watch something grow completely all the way up until you get this, you know, 6-footer, you're talking somewhere around the 7, 8, or 9 year old plant. And some people leave them full, leave all the fronds all the way out until just about the bottom and stuff. I kind of like trimming them up high and everything, but when you trim them, this is when you want to trim them out. When they're like this, looking dead, I leave all these guys wrapped up and everything. That way the outer edge takes the blunt of everything, and your inside's got the clean look to them and all. But these haven't been cleaned up at all. They've still got the stuff on and everything. But alright, small update for everybody out there who's been wondering where in the hell Green 6400 got. Yard's looking pretty good. So big difference from last year to this year, because we just put this greenhouse up this year, and we just got started with the Japanese maples this year and everything. The palms we've been doing for a little while and everything. And Green 6400 out.